I don't want to be alone. Blessing screamed into her pillow in the middle of the night, crying so hard till she had completely lost her voice. She repeated to the pillow, I really don't want to end up lonely. This time around, she sounded like she needed some reassurance from her already wet pillow. Everywhere was dead silence, as the pillow seems like it really didn't have a response for her. Blessing still went ahead to ask, I'll be fine, right? As though she heard a reply from the pillow. She smiled childishly and said, I know right, I'll be fine. She kept smiling till she finally slept off. Wondering who the overly dramatic lady is? Blessing is a talented, award-winning fashion designer 25-year-old who is trying to set up her beauty brand with her best friend. She is struggling between raising funds for her project and having a relationship, or rather someone she can draw strength from, as she believes she can't do life alone. Who calls someone this early? Blessing reluctantly used her hands to search for her phone on her already scattered bed. She finally touched the phone, picks the call, and lazily placed the phone on her ear. Hello, she said. The loud noise from the other end of phone, Babe, don't tell me you're not on your way, made Blessing to open her eyes and look at her screen, and immediately her eyes catch sight of the time, 9:21 a.m. She jumped up, replying, I'm on my way, babe. I'm so dead, OMG. How did I sleep that much? Blessing murmured as she rushed around the house to get ready to meet up with her best friend. Today was such an important day in their lives. They were going to meet Mrs. Asma to propose and hopefully get funding for their studio. How could she be late? She kept asking herself. Walking as fast as she could towards her already annoyed best friend, she said, Z, I am so sorry, babe. I don't know how I slept off like that. Blessing said, looking really sorry. I am so sure you were with a man. That's why you slept and forgot yourself. Z fired at her, giving her a really hard stare. Please, please, don't remind me of last night, Blessing replied, looking disappointed. Hello, ladies. Madam is ready to see you now. Please go in. The secretary said, looking to their direction and pointing at the office door leading to the madam's office. Thank you so much, Z replied. They both stood up, both dressed elegantly and smart with files in their hands. This gist hasn't finished. For now, let's go and close this up, girl. Z said nervously, and they both took a deep breath and walked towards the closed office door, opened it, and walked inside. Hello, good morning, Mrs. Asma, Blessing, and Zeta chorus simultaneously. Morning, Asma replied, rather not interestingly. Can we sit? Zeta asked politely. Of course you can. Mrs. Asma answered. So, we're super excited to be here. It feels like a dream. Blessing said, smiling as she tries to introduce herself, but Mrs. Asma interrupted almost immediately. I know why you are here. My assistant had to do a lot of research before we could find useful information about you girls, you see. This is Lagos. You don't just wake up and dream dreams. Who do you think you are? That I'll invest $7,000 in your studio? You think I got here by throwing money around? But Ma. Z tried talking, but Mrs. Asma shut her up again. Listen, I see you have guts and dreams, which is why I invited you girls here to work for me. I own the biggest beauty studio in this city. You know what working for me means. It's a big deal, and I know you cannot afford to reject this offer. I don't get it, Blessing said, looking visibly confused and shocked at the same time. I thought, she said again. But Mrs. Asma shut her up again, but saying, I have a really important meeting right now. If you don't mind, kindly excuse me. When you make up your mind to work for me, you have my secretary's email. Email her, or better still, get her number on your way out. Have a nice time, ladies. Zeta and Blessing looked at each other, looking so defeated and speechless. Please excuse me, Mrs. Asma said rudely, and that was it for Blessing. She just stood up and left angrily, followed by her friend Zita. What just happened? Blessing screamed at her friend outside. No, tell me the meaning of what just happened. She kept asking. Z was quiet. You don't want to talk? Babe, I am as shocked as you are, Z said calmly. Blessing looked at her angrily and said, Why are you not angry? Why are you so calm? Z said, We can't be mad at the same thing. Blessing responded, It's your real dad that's mad. Both of them burst out laughing. The laughing got so intense that they almost choked. Please order for a ride. Let's go home, Blessing managed to say, amidst laughing and trying to clean off the tears that was already dropping from laughing so hard. On their way home inside their ride, everywhere is quiet. Seems like reality is finally hitting on them.